Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. Thank you for joining me for the very first Monday Coffee Live with Momita of the year 2020. I'm really excited to be here with you. So, I announced earlier on Facebook that this month, for the month of January, I'll be doing a special series on topics involving naturalization and citizenship. I know that this is a topic that's really important to a lot of you, so I wanted to take the time to clear up some eligibility requirements and give you some more information about what you need to prove in order to apply for naturalization. So, most of us know that for naturalization, you first need to be a permanent resident. You can't just, come here as a visitor and apply for naturalization. You need to, at the very least, become a permanent resident of the United States. And once you've received permanent residency, then you can begin the countdown. You need to accrue a certain number of years according to your category before you can become eligible to apply for naturalization. So I'm not going to talk about that right now, but what I am going to talk about is this requirement of continuous residency. So let's think about what it means to be a permanent resident. The very term permanent resident means that you are supposed to become a permanent resident of the United States. You're meant to establish your life and your home here in the US. Even if you travel abroad a lot or if you go back to your home country, you have to always maintain a residence here and intention that this is your permanent home from now on, right? So the very term permanent resident means that your home is here. And as part of one of the requirements of citizenship, you have to show that you have had a continuous residence here in the United States. And what does continuous residence mean? Continuous residence means that you have been living here continuously. So does this mean that you can never have left the US? No, it doesn't mean that. It means that you can't have any breaks of more than 180 days. So let's say you decide that you want to go back home to the Philippines or to Bangladesh, and your ticket to depart is on February 1st. You need to make sure that you come back before 6 months. So if your return ticket back home to the US is in October and you leave in February, that means you've been gone for 8 months. And what that's going to do is that trip of 8 months is going to break your continuous residency here in the US. So you want to you need to burn it into the back of your head, the number 180 days. 180 days means that you need to make sure that none of your trips outside of the US last for more than 180 days. So what happens if you get stuck outside? Let's say you travel home and you have all intentions of coming back in maybe 1 month, 1 week, but something happens, you fall ill, your family member outside becomes really sick, something happens, and you can't come back in 180 days. So what happens then? So if your continuous residency is broken, and by broken, what this means is that you've been outside the US for more than 180 days, this is what we call a rebuttable presumption. So you have to prove, and you have the chance to prove, that even though you were outside the US for more than 180 days, that you still had every intention of keeping your residence here in the US, and that for whatever XYZ reason that you were outside the US for this amount of time, it was by an accident or it was not on purpose, it was due to circumstances that are out of your control. And the government lays out a very specific list of what they consider to be these allowable reasons, and you just have to kind of show that your stay outside fits into one of these. So this has been my little information about continuous residency. Again, you have to make sure that you establish that your home and your permanent residency is here in the US. And one of the measures that the government uses is they see, have you left the US for more than 180 days ever during this time period? So if, let's say, you have left, you decided to go back home to Greece or wherever, and you decided you were kind of not so sure if you wanted to maintain your residence here, you end up living outside the US for a year or more than that, So what happens then? If you happen to make it back to the US and you're not given any problems in re-entering, and then you decide that, okay, now for sure, I'm going to file my naturalization application, well, you're going to actually be set back. So if you received your permanent residency through anything other than marriage, then you have to wait at least 5 years before you are eligible to apply for citizenship. And if your residence is in fact found to be broken, then guess what? You actually have to start your 5-year count all over again. And the earliest you can submit your application is about 4 years, 9 months from the date that you come back to the US. If you received your residency through marriage, then your residency count period is 3 years, and it sets you back by 3 years. So that's really it. Thank you so much. I see I've got Syed, I've got Wanda. Hi. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys have any questions, I'll stay on for another minute or so. And if there is anything you want to discuss, let me know. I can give you a little bit of an immigration update right now. I will say that, if anyone's been following the news, we know about what's going on with Iran, and a lot of Iranian Americans who happen to be US citizens have been held at a certain border location in Washington state. And just remember, if you are a US citizen, while you may be taken to secondary inspection, you have a right to enter this country. Give us a call if you know anyone who has been detained at the airport because of their Iranian background. Don't wait. This is the time to make some noise and give us a call. So if there are no more questions, I will go ahead and bid you goodbye. I'll see you next week. Next week, I'll cover some more topics on citizenship and naturalization. If there's anything in particular that you want to see me talk about, please leave me a comment. And also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am releasing new videos every week, some really good stuff and important information. And if you're looking for a consultation on your naturalization, please give us a call. My telephone number is 212-248-7907. Thank you so much. I wish everyone a happy new year, and I'll see you next week. This video is for informational purposes only and does not constitute legal advice. For proper legal advice on your case, please call us to set up a consultation.